And a day for equality is a day for everyone anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're having a day where everyone's equal, that includes the guys. So that includes...
Yeah, just get on board.
A few moments later.
And do you think it's a problem that the Tories have had 2 female prime ministers and leaders and that Labour's never even had a female... I mean...
Yeah, it's a terrible shame and something has to be done about it. And the only way that something will be done about it is if we change the rules to make it be a woman, or if some of the men decide that they're not going to push themselves forward.
Yeah.
That's the top and bottom of that problem.
Sure.
Because equality in the Labour Party, men like to talk a good game, but they don't realise that equality isn't just about pushing someone forward, it's also about pushing some people back.
Yes.
Take a step backwards.
Yeah. So you had a guy the Conservative guy arguing that International Men's Day should have a debate in Parliament as International Women's Day does.
Yes.
Which you were slightly dismissive of.
Well, I was mainly dismissive of the fact that he actually said to me on a committee where I was the only woman out of 9 men, men just don't have enough opportunity to speak up in Parliament. So I laughed at that. And I said that I felt like, to me, in Parliament, every day was International Men's Day.
Because, of course, not only do we have International Women's Day, we also have women and equality questions every month in the Chamber, which we don't have for men. So the opportunity for men to raise issues that are important to them is very limited. And just to give you a flavour, Mr. Chairman, of the type of things that may come up and which will be part of International Men's Day, I'm not entirely sure why it's so humorous, but to discuss issues such as...
You have to excuse me for laughing, that the idea that men don't have the opportunity to ask questions in this place is a frankly laughable thing. As I say, as the only woman on this committee, it seems like every day to me is... Well,
I wasn't making... With respect, I wasn't making that point. I wasn't making the point that men don't have an opportunity to ask. I was about men's issues. There's a very big difference between men raising issues and the raising of men's issues.
But one could raise men's issues in any single one of the question sessions. So men's health, absolutely. So prostate cancer, that could be raised in men's questions, couldn't it?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I very much look forward to these arguments being deployed when we come to consider a debate on International Women's Day, because exactly the same arguments could be raised for International Women's Day, that women's health issues, that equality issues could be raised in women and equality questions in other forms. So all I ask is for an equal crack of the whip, that if those issues can be raised without having a debate on International Men's Day, then obviously the same issues can apply for when it comes to International Women's Day, but those arguments have never won the day before this committee.
I just think that it's worth pointing out the idea that this chamber, that these houses, both of them, in any way reflect gender equality is to me a frankly laughable thing. And so in the fight for equality, I'm not sure the men on this list necessarily have that much to fight for. It's not that I don't care about men's issues, it's that I'm hoping for parity myself.
Here.
I absolutely care about men's issues.
I don't believe you.
And when I've got parity, and when women in these buildings have parity, you can have your debate.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, if I can just make the point,
and that will take an awfully long time.
I'm not requesting a debate on representation within the House of Commons. I'm asking for debates on men's issues, and the list of issues I gave earlier, I would like to think people can recognise are genuine issues and actually are very, very rarely debated in the House of Commons.
I feel partly culpable through having a penis. Yeah, I am. I definitely am.
What a sick, twisted bitch.